For over 1,000 years, the tomb of St. Peter lay beneath the church that defined Christendom. But by the early 1500s, that church was falling apart. What ensued was not a triumph, but a disaster. Multiple architects, conflicting visions, and no unity, until an old man, reluctant, exhausted, and near death, was asked to save it. His name was Michelangelo. In 1506, Pope Julius II ordered the complete rebuilding of St. Peter's Basilica. It was to be the greatest church in the world. But after 40 years, what stood on Vatican Hill was not a masterpiece, but confusion in stone. Plans had changed, architects had died, and the structure itself had become incoherent. Massive piers rose into nothing, walls stood without purpose. The design had grown bloated, fragmented, a monument not to God but to competing egos. Even within Rome, many had lost confidence the project could ever be completed. By 1546, Michelangelo Buonarroti was 70 years old. He had already done everything: the Pietà, David, the Sistine Chapel ceiling, the Last Judgment. He was not an architect, and he certainly did not want this project. In fact, he openly criticized the current design. When shown the elaborate model of the basilica, he reportedly compared it to something barbaric, overbuilt, excessive, lacking soul. Pope Paul III saw things differently. He knew the basilica could not remain as it was, and he knew there was only one man capable of saving it. Not only finishing it, but also restoring its meaning. He summoned Michelangelo and made a direct appeal. This church, this basilica, would define how the world remembered Rome. Not the paintings, not the sculptures, the basilica. And unless someone intervened, it would stand forever as a failure. Michelangelo resisted. He was old. He was tired. He longed for pilgrimage, for prayer, for the end of his labors. But the request would not go away. Michelangelo's struggle was beyond professional. It was spiritual. He had spent his life creating beauty, only to finally face a deeper question. What does it mean to build something for God? He looked at the plans for St. Peter's and saw division, too many ideas, too many hands, no unity. And for Michelangelo, unity was everything. A church must speak with one voice, one form, one vision. Anything less was not worthy of its purpose. Finally, Michelangelo accepted, but on one condition: he would not continue the existing design. He would simplify it radically. He stripped away excess, eliminated competing elements, and returned the structure to a clear, unified form. At the center of that vision was perhaps his final, arguably his greatest masterpiece: the dome. Michelangelo's dome was not just an engineering feat. As always with the artist, it was a theological statement. Rising above the basilica, it would draw the eye upward toward heaven, balanced, proportioned, unified. Where chaos once reigned, there was now order. Where ambition had divided, there was now clarity. Michelangelo would not live to see it completed, but his design defined it. And to this day, the Dome of St. Peter's remains one of the most recognizable, if not beloved, structures in the world. In the end, Michelangelo did not see himself as the hero of the story. He saw himself as a servant, an old man called one last time to build, not for the glory of man, but for the greater glory of God. And in doing so, he transformed a failing project into the enduring architectural symbol of the Catholic Church, the final masterpiece of a lifetime.